All right, there we go. Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blane Gates. Welcome back to the program. Today I have been thinking about the state purposes checklist. And even more than the state purposes checklist, I've been thinking about this concept of the big five personality traits. I feel like See, the problem is that my belief system has been challenged, and I watch these smart people on the internet talk about personality traits, the big five personality traits. This is like the most important thing you could know, and you should pay a lot of money and find out what is your personality, and then find out like what other people's personalities are, and then you got to have the right match to the right people, and you have to have the right match to your job, and then if you know your personality, then you know what kind of outcomes you can get. And I started to, I don't know, like in the last video, I feel like that belief has been burst. Why? And should it have been burst? So, okay, let's give it another chance. If you've been watching this series, then you know what all of these tables are and what they represent. And now we are here. Also, today we have a constraint. We only have like 14 minutes, and then I have a Chinese lesson. All right, so the first thing, condition of resources you have access to. Which do you feel the most drive to enhance or maintain? What am I talking about? Let's talk about the resources that you have access to. What do you mean by resources? I mean, for example, your physical body. That's one of the resources that you have access to, your brain and your physical body. And do you feel a huge amount of drive to enhance or maintain your physical health? Like, what is it that causes me to get up and run every night at 11:30? It's my dog. But the thing is, like, if I really hated running, I mean, like, I don't hate it. And I used to run off and on without the dog. So now that I have a dog, it's like that extra little spark trigger that helps with the facilitation. Like, I have the intrinsic desire, and then that's a little bit of an extrinsic boost, and boom, I'm running. So now, like, come on, like I've been running for like a year. I'm in the best physical shape of my life. Every night 4K, come on. But that's the thing, is like not everybody has that drive. And so if you don't have that drive to enhance or maintain your physical fitness, that resource, then does it matter which of the big five personality traits you have? I'm an extrovert. What does that have to do with running? Okay, well, so that's this one here, right? Financial. What aspect of the big five personality traits? Okay, so maybe social, that's extrovert. Spiritual, it's not on the list. Intellectual, probably that's openness. Environmental, that's not on the list. Financial, I mean, technically it's not on the list. You can't just say conscientiousness equals financial. No, because financial, it's a byproduct. So the thing is, that's why I'm like, wait a minute. The big five is not all there is. Like drive, desire. Look at number 2. So the type of certification. Well, the question is, what type of certification or recognition do you strive to achieve? Is it possible that let's say, remember we had like, if you go back to like the not the live section, but the regular videos on my website, I have this one video where I realized basically there's 18 productive personality types. Meaning like, so you have like low in conscientiousness and high in conscientiousness and low in agreeableness and high in agreeableness and high in extroversion and low in and then you mix all those up, you can basically have 18 combinations. So if you have 18 combinations, now my question is, if we go up to each of those 18 people and we ask them, what certification or recognition do you strive to achieve? Like, is there specific personality types that strive to attain certification or that strive to attain recognition? And the thing is, I don't know. My hunch is that everybody wants some type of recognition. So I don't think it's linked to personality. Is there a reputation that you seek so much that it impacts your behavior? So if you want like a good reputation, does that mean that there's some element of your big five personality that is affected? I don't know. Why? So why am I thinking this? The problem is that the data that I have created, it's like influencing the way I think. You see, number 4 is the personality traits linked to, for example, deploying resources, methods, skills, and knowledge, gaining resources, methods, skills, knowledge, creating resources, methods, skills, knowledge. So the personality traits linked to these types of interest, that is more important than the drive or purpose associated with interest. Okay, so the first thing is, that's not a question. Is the personality trait, are the personality traits linked to the below concepts more important than the drive or purpose associated with interest? So what's more important? First of all, is there a link, the personality trait? Is there a personality trait that's linked to deploying resources? I mean, like, because what is conscientiousness? Okay, so you're dating a girl and she's like, well, I only want to meet a man who is within this scope of conscientiousness. Why? Because if you are low in conscientiousness, it takes you an awful lot of time to get things done. If you're high in conscientiousness, it takes less time to get things done. Okay, I also want a guy who is what? High in openness. High in openness. Because I like creativity and I want someone who's probably more, I don't know, intelligent. Great. But is that linked to these specific desires? Could I have like a person, let's say that he's like pretty low in openness, pretty low in conscientiousness, but he likes to do plumbing. Remember, deploying a skill. He likes to be a plumber. Takes him a real long time to fix the sink. Goes real slow. Sometimes he makes mistakes. Doesn't want to try anything new. Okay. You see, so I don't see the connection. Like, well, at least I'm having a hard time seeing the connection in the data. So what did I do? I'm talking to one of my students. Can you tell me, given that I'm a marketing manager in Paris and work for a company that controls flavors of syrup that is sold to our franchise bottling companies around the world? That's not a sentence. I help these bottling companies engage in marketing activities for their local markets, although they pay for the activities. I'm talking about paying for the marketing activities. I still have to influence their work because we control the brand name and also have more access to modern marketing techniques. What are areas of the big five personality traits that I should pay attention to and improve over time? How can I develop those personality strengths? Which of the 12 verb-noun combinations would be indicative of a person that thrives doing the work I do? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to say, like, okay, so I should send this link to the student. Hopefully he doesn't get angry. This is the most current example I've ever used. This like literally happened just a couple of hours ago. So the first thing I'm asking is the big five personality traits. So what exactly should I focus on, and which will improve, and which one should I improve over time? And then, okay, how can I develop these personality strengths? And then what about the 12 verb-noun combinations? Remember that the 12 verb-noun combinations are here. So the verbs are deploy, gain, create. The noun are resources, methods, skill, and knowledge. And then we repeat that. So that's 12. There's 12 verb-noun combinations of this specific type of desire. So also remember that this was a kind of desire influencing the condition of your resources. This was a desire attaining certification recognition. This was a desire attaining some level of reputation. And then these were all desires. You see, if a person has this desire or they don't have this desire, then that's what's going to grasp them. That's what's going to interest them. That is something that they are going to start to focus on, regardless of the other personality traits. So I guess what I'm saying is, hey, people who do personality traits analysis, maybe there's something here which is a little deeper. All right. So we got a marketing manager. He says he should be high in openness. He should be high in extroversion. He should be relatively high in agreeableness. He should be high in conscientiousness. He should be low in neuroticism. Guess what? Like we did, like look in the last video, literally every single job. Like, cause there's like a, maybe I should change my tone of voice. Look, here's all the different jobs. And it's always like A for conscientiousness, A or B for openness and extroversion, and usually B or C for agreeableness, and then D for neuroticism. Literally every single time. A, B. Okay, I guess you don't have to be an extrovert if you're an author. But nowadays you do, because now they're like, oh, wait, you have to have your social media presence. You have to have an audience to sell to before we give you the money to write the book. So I feel like the days of the big five are coming to an end, because it's like, yeah, you have to have enough openness, and you have to have enough conscientiousness, you have to have enough extroversion, you have to have enough agreeableness, and you have to have enough neuroticism. Let's just use the word enough, and let's start talking about something that is more important. All right, so if we're going to talk about this marketing manager, let's look at the summary first, because we only have 4 minutes. By focusing on enhancing openness, extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and emotional stability, everything. Okay, so if you have enough of this, and if you know how to apply these types of skills, then you'll strengthen the key personality traits that contribute to success in your role. All right, so these things contribute. It's like the difference between influence and impact. These things influence your success, but it's not the same as impact. So engaging in activities that develop these areas will not only improve your job performance, but also increase your overall job satisfaction, aligning your efforts with relevant verb-noun combinations, particularly deploying knowledge and methods. All right, so this is impact. Let's go to deploying knowledge and methods. Gain knowledge, create, deploying, and what was it? Deploying knowledge and methods. Okay, so it only actually gives us deploy knowledge, deploy methods, create knowledge, gain resources. Right. So the gain resources, that's related to sales. So in this case, actually, it's delegating. The resources are the people and systems which are going to be able to deploy. Wow, interesting. Facilitating access to marketing platforms, connecting with partners with vendors or agencies. Interesting. Gain knowledge. Yeah, so there's some anyways, the two most important factors are deploying knowledge. You apply your understanding of modern marketing techniques to influence and guide bottling companies, sharing best practices in marketing, advising on branding strategies, providing insight into customer behavior, and then deploying methods. You utilize established marketing methodologies to help partners implement effective campaigns, implementing marketing frameworks, standardizing promotional activities, ensuring consistency in brand messaging. All right, last point. So let's say we put up a job. What is it called when you need a new employee? I haven't applied for a job in like 2 decades. Job application, a job post. Say your company puts up a job post. All right. What's going to get you a better applicant? Telling people that you need enough openness, enough conscientiousness, you need enough agreeableness, you need enough big five personalities. Or please express activities you've engaged in to show us how much desire and drive you have related to deploying knowledge specifically. Could you express best practices in marketing? Can you talk about your advertising branding strategies? Can you help us understand what it means to provide insight into customer behavior? Can you tell us about marketing frameworks that you think are currently working and could be applied to this situation? Can you talk about how you would standardize promotional activities? And can you help us understand how ensuring consistency in branding, how you would ensure consistency in brand messaging? And how did you attain that knowledge? And what are the steps that you take? And how much interest and how much drive and how much passion do you have about deploying these methods and deploying this knowledge? Big five? See you next time.